LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is finally out, and many gamers are loving it. But $60 is a lot of money for a video game, and for many Star Wars fans, it can be tough to decide if it's a game they should buy. So in today's video, let's look at the best and worst features in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. First, let's take a look at the best aspects of the game. The Skywalker Saga is an insanely ambitious project, and it's not surprising the game has been delayed year after year. There is so many different types of gameplay styles, ranging from a third-person shooter with cover mechanics, flying a starfighter above the planet's surface, racing through Tatooine in a pod racer, puzzle-based 2D platforming, and even a tower defense. You're able to play through all this variety of fun with a selection of over 500 characters to choose from, all of which are separated into 10 distinct categories that range from Jedi, Dark Side, Droid, Scavenger, Bounty Hunter, and more. And that's not including the DLC packs that will be coming out in the near future either. So if your favorite Star Wars character isn't in the roster, don't give up just yet. Unfortunately, these future characters aren't unlockable and are behind microtransactions. Thankfully, they're far cheaper than the usual virtual purchase. Other aspects of the game that truly shine is actually the graphics. TT Games captured the plastic shine of the LEGO toys insanely well in this game, more so than they've done in previous Star Wars games. Effects like the sand in Tatooine being displaced under your character's feet, or how the snow clumps together, leaving footprints on the surface of Hoth, shows that the artists on this project didn't just perfect the plastic look, but how it interacts with realistic environments. I got strange flashbacks to how my LEGO figurines looked after playing with them in the sand pit or out in the garden in the grass and mud. It's pretty surreal, and for people playing on PS5, PC, or Xbox Series X, the graphical fidelity is going to blow you away. Mix those graphics with beautifully animated cutscenes and you've got a recipe for success, as the cutscene and art directors did a beautiful job in capturing the light-hearted LEGO comedy with how the characters act in this wacky version of the Star Wars universe. The droid retirement party is just one example of many that make the retelling of this Star Wars saga that much more enjoyable. One part of the Skywalker Saga that actually caught me off guard was actually the voice acting. In the past, LEGO Star Wars games did a satisfactory job when it came to the transition from mumble mode to fully fledged voice lines. But TT Games has clearly taken a step further in polishing the quality of the voices in the Skywalker Saga compared to older games. Characters like Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and especially Palpatine were brilliant in capturing the essence of the original actors' voices. Even Billy D. Williams returned to reprise his role as Lando Calrissian and did a wonderful job of it. So much so that playing this game at least once with voice acting enabled is an absolute must. At a smaller scale, there are plenty of other great aspects to the Skywalker Saga. Gameplay is fairly similar to the traditional LEGO Star Wars, but with welcomed updated mechanics. The over-the-shoulder camera when using weapons make it feel like a traditional third-person shooter. The cover systems against walls and obstacles also adds a further layer of dynamic play, and the huge selection of weapons have various different alterations to them. Some shoot faster, others have higher damage, all whilst affecting the level of accuracy and bloom. It keeps specific weapons unique and feeling different each time. Lightsabers have been drastically updated also. The introduction of the combo bar during combat is a very positive change, allowing you to mix and match attacks that can throw your enemy in the air or slam them into the ground. But combat isn't the only big thing the Skywalker Saga is trying to succeed in. Exploration has never been better in this installment to the series. Places of interest like Mos Eisley, Cloud City, Naboo, and Jakku all have incredibly expansive, explorable areas, filled with NPCs, side quests, and unlockables to be found. This game is a personification of a collectathon, so for those who enjoyed LEGO games in the past, for this feature alone, will absolutely love this rendition of the entire 9 films. But that's not to say LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is perfect. There are many points of tension that unfortunately prevent this game from being a perfect 10, and could deter people from making this a must-buy. Without a doubt, the worst aspect of this game is the multiplayer. TT Games has time and time again shown absolutely no interest in expanding their LEGO games to support online co-op. Whilst their justifiable reasons may be to protect their younger demographic from the perils of anonymity on the internet, it's a bit of an insult to the current generation of children who have clearly shown safe online etiquette with massive online multiplayer games like Fortnite and Minecraft. For that reason alone, local co-op options are just not satisfactory for games at this scale. For those who have already played this game, they'll comfortably tell you that it just gets better when playing with a friend, whether that be with your own son or daughter, all the way to a college friend whilst drunk. So the fact that this game hides this brilliant add-on to in-person only really shuts out the great potential this game has. There are workarounds to this, however. Steam's Remote Play and PlayStation's Share Play features allow friends to play together online via one copy of the game, but you're still confided to the split-screen experience, which really reduces your field of vision, making combat and exploration jarring at best. For a game that is designed to make you look out for every single nook and cranny, losing half your screen space seems counterproductive. Unfortunately, it doesn't get any better in terms of gameplay. In major boss battles like Obi-Wan vs Anakin, the second player is delegated to a backseat spectator with minimal interaction, all whilst the first player must defeat the boss with half the screen doing practically nothing. It feels like TT Games could have done a bit more here, as they've not had issues as severe as this in the past with previous LEGO Star Wars games. When it comes to performance, the Skywalker Saga comes in 30 or 60 FPS mode. Of course, the game is best played in the latter, but that option might not be available to you if your PC isn't running on the latest hardware or you're attempting to play multiplayer on console. The game struggles in large areas with lots going on in them. Mos Eisley and most boss battles, as an example, suffer from this, and I dread to think how the Nintendo Switch will be able to cope. Whilst the large, expansive areas of the game are a lot of fun, some linear levels and scripted sections of the game suffer. Some feel empty, lifeless, and short, like the game is trying to hurry you on through because they've got 9 films to retell in about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay and a handful of cutscenes. For some Star Wars fans who have a particular favourite film or scene could end up being disappointed. It doesn't get much better in the second or third act of the game. Whilst there are plenty of different gameplay genres fit within this project, they're short-lived, as the majority of the side quests get stale relatively quickly. This is amplified by the fact that the game is quite easy to plow through, even if you choose not to upgrade your classes or core mechanics of the character, which should ideally be used to creatively allow you to dynamically change how difficult you want the game to be. Sounds like a big missed opportunity from TT Games here, but it's the Nintendo Switch copy that struggles the most out of every version of this game. Of course, it's a weaker console, and the game makes that quite apparent, as the resolution is stuck within 720p at 25 to 30 FPS. The anti-aliasing on edges are painfully obvious. Whilst children won't care for this, adults in their 20s or 30s will certainly notice. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Keith, playing a kid's game at 37. Shame on you. Of course, I'm joking, but those are certainly parts of the game that suffer the most. There are a few other minor grievances, however. The cover system for avoiding fire is definitely an oversight. It's extremely ineffective, as enemies will run towards you regardless. Talking about the enemies, the AI is extremely rudimentary for both enemies and allies. Your support units will either run around avoiding engagement in battle or simply idle lifelessly, which can really draw you out of the concept that this is a living, breathing LEGO version of the Star Wars universe. So that is the best and worst aspects of the LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I will admit, the way this game was framed, I undoubtedly expected this to be one of the best Star Wars games to date. But there is unfortunately large, unavoidable aspects of the game that stops it from being so. But more importantly, I hope this video gives you an unbiased look at what is good and bad about the game, and help you make an informed decision on on whether you want to buy it or not. For those of you who have already played it, what are your opinions? If you could give LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga a score out of 10, what would it be and why? Let me know your comments down below. I read all of them and I'll get back to some of you as well. If you really enjoyed this video and want to see more EcksToo videos that cover games like Star Wars Empire at War, why not become a patron? We give out monthly newsletters, exclusive Patreon only videos, and even your very own EcksToo avatar drawing of yourself as rewards for joining. Links to do so in the pinned comment down below or in the info card right now. Besides that guys, I have been Charlie, you've been watching EcksToo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care guys.